Welcome to the Synchronous Migration Celebration. My name is Saul Miranda from Kenyatta College Dream Center.
Hello everyone, my name is Pamela Ortiz Cerda from the Skyline College Dream Center.
Hello everyone, my name is Paola Mora Paredes from the College of San Mateo's Multicultural and Dream Center.
The SMCCCD Dream Centers want to express our joy and admiration to you and your loved ones for your accomplishments and success. We applaud your resilience and are honored to have been able to support you along the way.
We would also like to honor your continued involvement in our community. Through these tough times, we have seen you continue to attend events, workshops, club meetings, and even volunteering for things like our food pantries. Something that holds us together and something that I really encourage you graduates to hold on to is community. As you move on into your institutions and the workforce, it can be difficult to deal with imposter syndrome, to be a first-generation professional and on. And I want to let you know that we will continue to be here for you and build community, because that is what holds us all together and connects us through the good and the bad. Trust in yourself and trust in your people.
Congratulations, graduates, and all the community and loved ones who have supported along the way. Know that you will always have community in the SMCCD Dream Centers. Continue to rise and know that we are so proud of you. Congratulations!
Class
Of
2021!
We would now like to share some words of advice for recent college graduates from a special guest, Carla Cornejo Villavicencio. A little bit about our special guest. Carla Cornejo Villavicencio became one of the first undocumented students to be accepted into Harvard University and graduated in 2011. She is now a PhD candidate in American Studies at Yale University. Recently, Carla published The Undocumented Americans, a book channeling that ambivalence into a series of dispatches from what we might call undocumented America, a country within a country, one that overlaps and undergirds the other. Here is Carla.
Hi graduates, my name is Carla Cornejo Villavicencio. Congratulations, big day. I wish I was there in person. I am very happy to be here, and let's start. So, words of wisdom, what can I tell you? First of all, wear sunscreen. People with melanin should be wearing sunscreen, even indoors. Okay, I wear sunscreen every day. What else can I tell you? Drink water. An easy way to drink water is to buy glass bottles of water and have them be a liter size each, and then you can drink each of them and then refill them. Do something aesthetic with the water so that you can trick yourself into drinking it. Also, invest in gold and silver jewelry. I don't mean like as an investment advice thing. I mean on your body, because you're probably going to be allergic to cheap metals. Make sure you buy comfortable underwear. That should be an investment in your life. I'm thinking about my 20s. Therapy is important. If you think something's off here, go to a psychiatrist. What else? Boundaries with your parents. Boundaries with your parents. You're not on call for them 24/7. We think we are, but we shouldn't be. Life gets so much better once you tell them, I'll call you, I'll text you. And they know it has to do with my mental health, because I'm very clear about that. And it's so much better because I am not in a panic anytime my phone pings or anytime my phone rings. Nature. I am from Brooklyn and Queens in New York City, if you're from the Midwest or something. And I never connected to nature, and then because I'm contrarian, and I thought that liking Nirvana was a worldview. When I got to academic circles and people started Here's the truth. When I started reading post-colonial literature and academics started telling me that the reason that I was not connected to nature was because I was colonized, I was a colonized subject, I was like, fuck off. And I just immediately wanted nothing to do with nature. And I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. Leave me alone, right? Then I took care of my, I know that sounds like it's a mob thing. I underwent treatment for my depression. And although in New York, a lot of things are mob things. And I suddenly started having just my eyes open to nature that I did care about. I do really like birds. I love them. And I just developed a personal relationship with the birds and with liking birds that didn't have anything to do with like my suburban white neighbors' bird feeding relationship, because they feed songbirds. They want to invite beautiful, colorful, little dainty birds, and they'll put out like spicy peanuts and like spicy food to deter squirrels and to deter the birds they don't like. Blackbirds, crows, and ravens. Those they consider pests. But those are the birds that I like. I like the blackbirds. I like the grackles. I love crows and ravens. I love the big blackbirds. And I think it's so funny that my birding situation is I feed them off my parking lot. Like, it's a really janky parking lot, and I feed them off my ledge. And I just throw it out at them. And I'm totally that bird lady, you know? It's like pests and pigeons that come, and I love it. I think it's important to have a personal relationship with being undocumented. And I think some of that requires you to get away from social media and academic literature because it's so noisy. Like, you know, when you're on a plane or when you're on a train or on a subway or a bus and the trip is long and the doors are closed, you know, you're breathing that air that has no way of escaping, and everyone's breathing that same air. Like, that's what it's like to be in an academic circle of like Latinx studies, or to be in a Twitter community of very smart, socially conscious people who all believe sort of similar things. And I don't want you to follow people who don't believe similar things, because they're probably going to be mean and probably going to be jerks. I just want you to not be in very noisy spaces all the time. Because people start saying things about identities, but that's you. And you should be able to develop how you feel about yourself with some measure of quiet. And so I was in my 20s when DACA came out. And so I also am someone who, just because of my mental illness and because of my sensory sensitivities, I can't do crowds. I can't really do a lot of groups, or I couldn't when college. I wasn't part of any groups, and so I didn't do any groups. And also, I'm contrarian, again, the Nirvana worldview thing. So I was able to form a very personal, very intimate relationship with my own undocumentedness. And it had a lot to do with family. And it had a lot to do with my own community in New York. It was very local. And when I got to grad school, I realized that people's own relationships with undocumentedness often were like thought of as blueprints for how the community should act, and how the 11 million should act, or how all of the youth should act. And every action or statement or affect was seen as political. And it sounds corny as fuck, but I wanted to be myself. And I think in this utopia that I'm thinking of, wouldn't it be nice to just be able to live and not have the burden of like being able to make mistakes, being able to try a joint, being able to be drunk after, like in public after a night out and not worry about getting deported. Like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to just decide who you are without like having to label your happiness on DocuJoy? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't if you want to, but figure out what makes you happy first, because that should take you a long time. I'm still figuring it out. So I think that's all the advice I have to give you. Yeah, that's literally all of the wisdom I've accrued over the past 10 years of my life. You know, women buy men's razors. They're better. Don't buy the pink razors. That's all I have to say today. It was wonderful being a part of your graduation. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you.